Welcome back to Farming Simulator, and today we're going to have a look at the Major Service mod by Time Wasted Productions. This is a really cool mod. It's really aimed at those of you that play your saves for a long time, or maybe if you are buying used vehicles with lots of hours on them. If you're in either of those categories, you may have noticed that your vehicles or equipment take damage much quicker, and that's because the way repair works in Farm Sim is once vehicles have got a lot of hours on them, you take damage much quicker. So a few quick basics on repair. The percentage damage that you take costs the same to repair whether a vehicle has 1 hour on it or 100 hours on it. That doesn't make any difference. What does make a difference is how much damage you take for doing the same amount of work. So the example that's in the Major Service mod description is to harvest the largest field on this map, Obeidon, which is about an hour and a half's work depending on the combine you use. With a brand new combine, you'll only take 6% damage. To do that same field with a combine with 50 hours on it, you'll take 26% damage, so you're taking significantly more damage. And I'm going to show you an example of that in a moment with the combines in front of me. And what the Major Service mod does is essentially let you do a major service on your equipment, your vehicles or equipment, between 25 and 50 hours. You can do it over 50 hours if you want, but you probably want to do it before 50 hours and essentially reset that clock. So it costs you 5% of the vehicle purchase price, but then you're getting significant reductions in the amount of damage you take and therefore your repair costs. So really cool idea. Kind of came about from some comments on a video that I did on repair costs and talking to Time Wasting Productions, and he created this mod, which is awesome. So yeah, let's have a look at how it works in a bit more detail. So I have 3 combines in front of me. The one on the very left is a brand new 0 hours combine, has done no work. The one just here has 50 hours on it, but is completely repaired. And then the one behind that also has 50 hours on it and is completely repaired. And we're going to give that a major service. I'm then going to do 10 minutes work with each of them, and we'll see how much damage they take and what the repair costs are. So that'll give you an idea in a quick demo of how it affects the repair costs. Obviously, doing bigger jobs, this will scale up significantly, but it's going to take me half an hour to do that, and that's long enough, really. So yeah, let's just have a quick look. I have the mobile repair shop mod on, so I don't need to move this to the garage, but to do a major service, you use the workshop, or I have the mobile workshop mod installed. So we open it up and you'll see we have the option to do a service. With how much an X9 cost, it's going to cost us £27,500. I went for something really expensive so you can see the effect in the repair cost later on. So we're going to service this combine. So we'll spend the money on the service, and I'll jump in and you'll see. So this one has set the engine off. Let's quickly change the settings so that the engine doesn't automatically turn on. And I will just quickly also use Easy Dev Tools to set the vehicle damage to 0. So I'll go around and do that for all of them. You can see this one has 50 hours on it and no damage currently. So this one has 50 hours and no damage, but has not been serviced. So last service, 0 hours, next service advised now. I should have talked about that in the HUD. So if we go back to this one, you can see that in the HUD, last service was at 50 hours, which has just been done. Next service due in 49.9 hours. And then if we go over here, so this one, last service hasn't been serviced, obviously, because it's brand new. It's only got 0 hours on it. Next service due in 50 hours. And you can't service it because it hasn't reached the 25-hour threshold. And yeah, so this one, 0 hours, 0 damage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do 10 minutes worth of work in all three of these combines, and I'll come back and we'll see what the difference is for each of them. The tests are complete, and let's have a look at the results. So first combine, as a reminder, had 0 hours on it and 0 damage at the start, has done 10 minutes work and now has 0.8% damage. And if we jump out, we can have a look and see that that's going to cost us £33 to repair. So I said I only used 10 minutes work because otherwise this video would have taken me a very long time to make. These numbers will obviously scale up for doing a more realistic job. If we jump in the second combine, then if you look in the top right hand corner, I should have said that in the first one. I'm using enhanced vehicle to show me the percentage damage. So it's top right hand corner, just under the money, you will see that we have 3.2% damage now. So 4 times as much damage for the same amount of work in our combine that had 50 hours on it. And that is something that's consistent with the testing that I did in my more detailed video on repair costs. I'll leave a link for that below if you're interested. So, yep, and that's why you maybe would want to do a service, because if you did a big field, as with the example I read out earlier, you're looking at taking 4 times more damage, and that leads you to a much higher repair bill of £287. So as you take more damage, the repair costs does not increase linearly, and so 4 times more damage doesn't cost you just 4 times more to repair. So instead of £33 to repair, you're looking at £287 to repair. And if you imagine if you did a job that was, rather than 10 minutes being an hour, these repairs really start to get quite expensive. So if we then jump in our last combine, which was the same, it had 50 hours damage. Sorry, it had done 50 hours work, no damage, but has had a service at 50 hours, a major service. It's taken the same amount of damage as our brand new combine. So 0.7 versus 0.8. That's just the rounding of only doing 10 minutes worth of work. And if we jump out, you can see repair cost £31. So back down to a much nicer repair. And as a reminder, last service done at 50 hours. So yeah, doing a major service does indeed give you a huge saving in repair. And as I say, if you imagine scaling that up to doing a job that was maybe 10 times longer, then you know you're looking at a repair bill of sort of £300 odd versus £3,000, something like that. And then the last one that I wanted to show you was I picked up this used John Deere Feller Buncher for about £255,000, I think it was. I'm having to re-record this because my microphone did something rather funny. Yeah, it was £255,000. And the nice thing about that is that the major service cost is based off of your purchase cost. So only going to cost us, when we can service it, because it's not done enough hours yet, but when we can service it, it's going to cost us £12,800 to service. And if you're buying old used kit, doing a major service on it is very quickly going to save you a bunch of repair time, and you know, you're saving money buying used stuff. So I think that's, for me, there are really 2 big use cases for this mod. It's you're deep into a save, or you're playing, you're putting a lot of hours into a save. You've got kit that's got 50 plus hours on it. Your repair bills are getting huge. You don't want to sell it. You like your kit, give it a service. That'll reset it. You're in multiplayer and, people are putting a lot of hours in. Kit's getting old. Again, you don't want to sell it and replace it. Give it a service. Or if, like me, you buy a lot of used kit that's got a lot of hours on it, give it a service. It'll give it a new lease of life. Couple of other things that I wanted to mention. This is not just for tractors and combines. Anything you can repair, you can give a major service to reduce the repair cost once it's getting older. If you've got kit that's got damage on it and you service it, that won't change the repair bill. So if you take damaged kit in, say it's got 50% damage, and you decide to do a major service first, the repair bill will still be the same. It'll still have 50% damage, and 50% damage costs the same however old the kit is. The other one is that doing a major service on old kit won't affect the resale value. So, you know, if you're selling it, don't bother servicing it, I guess. Yeah. And I think that was it. If you think this mod looks good, don't forget to go rate it 5 stars. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you've got any questions or comments, then drop them below. If I can't answer them and Time Wasted Productions doesn't spot them, I'll make sure that he gets to see them, and we'll try and get them answered for you. And I'll see you next time.